Episode 11. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome back. That's good. It's good to be back here, isn't it? Listening to me for about another 30 minutes or however long this episode's going to be. But yeah, welcome back, guys. Episode 11, and of course, we're going to have bangers for you today. It's going to be a quality episode. Like I said, episode 11, we've said about 5 times already. Welcome. The intro. What are we going to be talking about today? Booking uni accommodation. I recently experienced this on Wednesday, and I tell you what a faff on it is. And a couple of experiences afterwards, to be fair, because, you know, there's a bit of fun part about searching for the people that you're in a room with and stuff. But yeah, we're going to be talking about that and my traumatic experience of it. And then I saw this. I was what's the word? Inspired. There you go. Inspired by a Lad Bible post. And I'm going to be ranking, for me, the top 5 sexiest accents in the UK. I know. Sounds good, doesn't it? Then, of course, just like every bloody episode, we have the top 5 moments of the week. They might not even happen this week. They might have happened ages ago. They'll be ancient or whatever. But it's the top 5 moments that I've seen on social media pop up. So, come on. Let's just get stuck straight into it then, shall we? Wow, that was a long intro. 2 minutes long. I've just looked on my recording software there. 2 minutes, God. We're good at dragging stuff out, eh? There you go, future employers. If you need me to fill up a 2-minute link, there you go. That might have been full of crap in there or whatever. You're thinking, even the song's just even end. I haven't even pressed the button then. I haven't even pressed the button and the song's end. I haven't moved my slider down or anything to turn the volume down. God, what a long intro. Hopefully you haven't clicked off already, because that'd be a bit of a shame. But welcome. If you listen to this on Friday morning, good morning. How are we doing? If you listen to any morning for that matter, good morning or good evening. Whenever. This is a very flexible podcast, but hopefully you listen at Friday, 6 a.m. if you're a real diehard. Enough waffling. Booking uni accommodation. Right. So, obviously I'm going to uni. I'm in my last year of college. I've got A-levels coming up soon. Ooh. Scary, isn't it? In about 3 weeks' time as well. So, of course, we've been looking at all stuff university. I've applied to my university. I've selected my university. We got chased up to the absolute wall. We got chased up the wall to do our UCAS applications at the college I went to. I made sure I got mine done. Paid the £27 fee, which I didn't realise that you had to do, but it turns out you does. Applied. 3 universities. All 3 came back like, yes, Sam, of course we want you on. You're the presenter of the Sam show, why wouldn't you? I've accepted one, and I've got to the point where I'm booking accommodation for it. Now, of course, I want to be in the hall. You want to be in the halls, don't you? I've got my place in the halls. I had to apply for a place because it's like a new build accommodation. So I had to apply for a place. I got a place at the accommodation. On Wednesday night, I went and booked it because they sent me a link. And it was an experience. This was, it was really exciting. So I got home from work. At 6. I'm sat there at the table having tea with my mum. And I'm like under the table doing it because I was like, how far can I get into this without like bothering my mum too much about it? Did it all the way. And God, the amount. Oh, right. So firstly, it's an absolute faff on. You get like to pick your room, but all mine were picked. So I just kept pressing secure room, just make me get a room, because I was like, God, I need a room bad. So I kept doing that. All over and over again. And it got to the point, and it was like, when you had to pay, God, this makes me feel bad. At this point, I don't know about you guys, don't get me wrong, I'll say this, I'm pretty privileged. I don't mean this in a bloody up my own backside way, but I'm pretty privileged. I'm in a lucky enough position where this happens. But I felt really bad because I was looking at the price for the uni accommodation. I was like, wow, it's something like £146 a week. £146 a week for a box and a communal kitchen. Like, that is mental. £146. And like where it's located as well, this university I'm going to, it's a bit out the way of like a major city. I mean, it's like around it, but it's a bit out the way. It's still like it could be like, 10-minute train journey into the centre. But yeah, we did it. We booked it. But God, the fees. So I had to put down a 200 quid deposit, and then they demanded the first 2 weeks or something of the rent, and it accumulated to 500 quid like that straight away like that. I was sat there eating my chicken curry with my mum thinking, oh my God, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry that I'm going to uni. Hopefully the podcast picks up and I become famous and I get to cancel that offer. But no, it's so expensive to go to. I mean, I was looking at the fees as well. It's like $2,000 for 3 months because I made sure I was only staying until June. I'm not hanging around in this accommodation till August. I'm getting out as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to leave and run away somewhere. But yeah, God, it's extra. It's like $2,000 every 3 months. This is crazy. I'm not going to name the university because they might ban me from going. They might ban me from going, which could be pretty bad. But yeah, what a stressful thing as well, because there were so many things you had to sign. There was like you had to sign it, then you had to send it to your guarantor, and it was a bunch of adult stuff basically. As a 17-year-old, I'm not legally an adult yet. I shouldn't be having to do that stuff, but I am because I've got to have somewhere to live at uni one way or another. Because halls are like 70% of the experience, maybe even more because you meet some right people there, don't you? If you're listening to this and you're at a university, you might be able to back me up by saying this, that it is like 90% of the experience. It's gonna be banging. I am so excited for it. I don't know about you guys. I'm buzzing. And on the topic about meeting new people as well. So, like the impatient self I am, I'm sure the university are going to message me saying, like, oh yeah, so here's the people that you're in the room with. But I want to know soon. I want to know soon. So I posted it on my private story on Snapchat, and someone else that I knew popped up and said, oh yeah, Mint, you going there, are you? And I was like, oh yeah, Mint. She just fantastic, yeah. And then she was like, oh yeah, I'll add you to this group chat. Then I was like, oh, get us in there. I want to see what everyone's about. Get in. My phone's boiling hot. It's about to burn through my hand because there's 100 people on this group chat. It is absolutely crazy. I've never been in a Snapchat group chat with so many people in my life. The max is about 50, and that's because of a party. But then this group chat keeps going on. I'm like, oh, is anyone? I put like my room number in. It's like, is anybody in this room? Is anyone in this room? Like I'm there with like a beggar on the street, like with a cap, flailing it about, asking for people's validation of if they're in this room or not. No one was. I found out someone was above me, and yeah. But you meet some people. Someone added me, and as you do on Snapchat, you like send them a snap, don't you? I didn't get it snapped open, and then I was like, okay. I went on the stories tab, pressed on a story, and honest to God, the top was just a dotted line. I don't know how you can spam your Snapchat story that much. So, like the intrigued person I am, I went on it, pressed it, and she's a Snapchat influencer. And I was thinking, this is new. Snapchat influencers, I never knew this was a thing, but it is. And this girl was just posting so much stuff. It's like, oh, look at this haul. And I think she might have a following. And then she opened my Snap, aired it, and I was like, okay, you just want me as one of your minions that just view your account so it looks like you're doing something. She uses Snapchat Spotlight as well. Snapchat Spotlight, what is that? I've been on it accidentally a few times, but who uses Snapchat Spotlight? That's what I want to know. Is that the new method? Maybe I should start putting a social media post on Snapchat Spotlight, create a Sam Show Snapchat account. That'd be pointless. I'm not doing that. Everyone knows what Snapchat's for. It's a messaging people, not building an influencer brand, isn't it? And then like you got everyone adding each other on Instagram. And I got to the most down bad part as well. Someone said this to me as well. Someone said this is pretty down bad. I got to the point where I was like, right, I need to find people. So I go onto Facebook and I look for like freshers, 24, 25 for this university, 24, 25 for this university. I get it. I'm there in the group. I get accepted. I put a post out saying, is anybody in this flat? Please message back. And it's probably like today. I haven't checked it yet. No one's probably replied within 24 hours of it. Have they? because I mean, I'm not sure a lot of 17 and 18-year-olds who are going to university are going to be on Facebook. So I think I might just have to bite the bullet and hope that at some point I manage to find people, or I'm just going to have to wait and get told by the university themselves to find this people. But I am buzzing. If you're listening to this and you're going to university, I imagine you're buzzing as well. It's going to be a mint experience. Oh, I'm thinking about it now. I don't know what's going to happen with the Sam show. Do we do it from the dorm room? That would be so good. Get it in the little communal living room area. Get the mics set up. Get the roadcaster out and start recording a podcast with everyone in my room. That is some good content ideas. But yeah, booking uni accommodation. Trying to find out who's in your uni accommodation as well. God, don't bother. Just see it out. Uni accommodation, man. What can we say? Uni accommodation. And one thing that university brings as well, it's a variety of people, like we said. And that's why we're going to be talking about the sexiest UK accents. Whoa. So, I mean, it's a conversation we all have, isn't it? We've all had this conversation at some point in our lives, what the sexiest UK accents are. And I think it's a banging conversation, because there's always one that we can agree with on, and I'll tell you what it is in a second. There is always one we can agree on that's awful. But I've just done a list of 5 because there's too many accents in the UK. Considering we're a population of 70 million and the size of the country that we are, God, we range in accents a lot. If I were to go through every single accent, this podcast would be about 2 hours long. Or 2 hours long or something. Be a crazy length of time. Anyway, let's just jump into this list, shall we? Let's get stuck into it. Right. Sexiest UK accent. This is a boy and girl. I'm not just being exclusive here. Boy and girl. So, number 5. I've gone with Welsh. The Welsh accent. It's a pretty okay accent, I think. I remember there's a couple on Gogglebox with it, and I always thought it was a bit of a northern accent, like up near Carlisle, and it sounds very similar. But then, as I've grown up, I've realised, yeah, it isn't similar. But yeah, Welsh 5, I think that's pretty good. You can imagine, like, if someone's speaking to a Welsh accent, I'm not going to do one because I don't really. Do I do it? God, it's a podcast, Sam. It's a podcast that, you know, it's not, I mean, it is broadcasted to the whole world because anyone in the world can listen to it on all your favourite streaming platforms. Welsh accent. Do we attempt it? I'm really thinking it. I'm trying to speak because obviously I don't want it to be quiet. I'm trying to think and speak at the same time. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to butcher it horribly. I'm sorry if I've just caught you on the edge there, and you're on the edge of your seat waiting for Sam to do a Welsh accent. That is not going to happen. Maybe after a few drinks or something, I might start popping out a Welsh accent, but I'm not that good at one. But yeah, number 5, I think it's pretty good, pretty sexy accent. You know, I'd quite like someone talking to me in a Welsh accent, obviously like a proper Welsh accent, but I don't want any old person coming up to me in the street and just start talking in a Welsh accent because they've heard me say that. But yeah, moving up the ranks. Number 4. Oh, number 4. My favourite number, actually. But this doesn't account for this to be my favourite. Number 4, I've gone Southern. Ooh, Sam, you're a big northerner. Why is Southern that high up your list? Yeah, true. It's a pretty sexy accent. I think sometimes when you catch it on the right person, it works a dream well. I do like it because it's the base. It's what you think when you think of England. Like when Americans mock us, they go like they always put on a southern accent, don't they? They always put on a southern accent, and I think it's a pretty good accent. It's pretty solid. You can get some nice conversation with that. I could talk to someone with a southern accent for a while. Not like. Thing is though, the southern accent. There's I think I'm going for your kind of typical London, maybe light Cockney. I think light Cockney, probably people who live in commuter areas around London. Because when you start getting into West London or East London accent, Oh my God. That's a grim accent. I am not a fan of the East London accent. If you want to probably find like an accent like that, Danny Dyer, find a clip of him talking. Now, in number three of the sexiest UK accents that presented by Sam and what I think. Number 3, this might be a little bit controversial, I think. I think there might be a lot of people that don't agree with this, and I can see why, because I think this one doesn't really suit men. It's a good accent to listen to, I think. I could have a conversation with this person with this accent for a while. Number 3, Yorkshire. Brackets West Yorkshire accent. I'm not talking about Hull. I'm not talking about very north where it's like Teesside. It's Teesside, isn't it? It's not Yorkshire. Middlesbrough ain't Yorkshire. Controversial statement. I'm not talking South Yorkshire. I'm talking West Yorkshire. Leeds, Halifax, Huddersfield, Dewsbury, Bradford. But West Yorkshire accent, I think, is mint. I'm a Leeds fan. I go to Ellen Road all the time. And I love talking to people with a West Yorkshire accent. It is absolutely fantastic. I'm in the breeding ground for it. I'm in the heart of Leeds. I hear it all the time. I think it's fantastic. I could speak to someone with a West Yorkshire accent all day. However, with men with it, it's like, I find it pretty funny because it has like this certain noise to it, and it makes it a little bit off-putting sometimes when it's a really strong one. But to be fair, it's a brilliant accent. It's better than Southern. It's better than Welsh. It's north of the Midlands as well, so you can't really go wrong with that. And number two for the sexiest UK accent, I've gone with Manchester 0161. The stomping ground for yours truly. Yeah, man, I think Manchester's pretty good. I think it's a well-rounded accent. It fits both boys and girls. It's a nice accent to listen to. I'm not going to use the argument that I could listen to it all day because I kind of have to anyway. Living in Manchester, it's the only accent I'm ever really going to hear unless someone comes from a different place or something. But yeah, I think Manx a pretty good accent. Liam Gallagher, he's got a pretty funny voice, hasn't he? I like the way he talks. He's probably going to, if he catches this, he's probably going to start tweeting at me on Twitter or something, call me a prat for saying that he has a funny voice. But yeah, I think Manc accent's nice. Number 2's pretty respectable, I think. I think that's a good position for Manchester. I think a lot of you listening are probably going to be from Manchester, so you can have that opinion as well. Or you might be one of those people that goes like, no, before I move on to number 1, these types of people annoy me. I don't think I have an accent. Yes, you do. You are just so used to listening to it every single day that it's gotten to the point where it is completely numb to you and you don't think you have an accent. You do have an accent. That's like me saying I don't have an accent. Yes, I do. People listening to this will be like, oh, Sam, you sound like a proper northerner. Yeah, true. But, oh yeah, I don't have an accent. Yes, you do. Shut up. You do. Behave yourself. Number one. Right, this is a bit of a coin flip, this one. Especially for people, because I think it's a bit like Marmite, this accent. You either love it or you hate it. But it's a brilliant accent. I love it. And it's sexy. I think it works. I think it works for both all genders. No matter what, I think this is a banging accent. And honest to God, I could talk to someone for 24 hours. If we got a guest with this accent, this podcast would be too long. I wouldn't be able to post it. I wouldn't even be able to transfer it to my laptop to edit. But number 1, I've gone with number 1, Geordie, you take the crown. Let's get a round of applause for that, everyone. Yes, the Geordie accent. I think it's mint. And it helps that Newcastle's one of the best places to go party as well. Geordie accent, Geordie Shore. What a brilliant show purely for the voice. It is fantastic. I think it works a treat on anyone. I love a Geordie accent. It is mint. It is mint. Quality little accent there, isn't there? And honourable mention. Honourable, it's not really dishonourable mention, I'll call it. This is a bad accent, and it's so funny because it's so universally hated. And the worst accent, I think, in England is a Brummie accent. Birmingham accent, Brummie accent. Mate, it is dreadful, isn't it? It sounds so dumb. Like, with all due respect, it sounds like such a dumb accent when people talk, and that doesn't help it do people justice. Brummie accent, man. Sort it. I remember seeing a Twitter poll one time, and it said, what would you rather have, a Brummie accent or chlamydia? And I think a lot of the people... not even a lot of the people, the large majority of people put chlamydia. That kind of sums it up, doesn't it? Well, there you go. There's the sexiest UK accents. What do you think of that top 5, eh? I'm probably going to get harassed for it or something. Probably a lot of disagreement, but... that's a pretty strong list, isn't it? Pretty strong list. Anyway, swiftly moving on. God, what a segue that was. Top 5 moments of the week. God, what a part of the show this is. Really enjoy it. It's just good. I just get to stick my head into social media for about an hour and try and pick out 5 things that are just... that are just brilliant. They are just brilliant. And we'll get swiftly into the first one. So, let me just take you back. Reminisce music there. So, there was once a story of 4 lads who went out and they took a photo of themselves. And they were all wearing funny clothes. They looked pretty funny as well. The clothes in questions were very tight trousers that stopped at the shins, and then a tight shirt, like a button-up shirt. Well, they've only got to come back. There's an updated photo of them, and it's great because, honest to God, this what it shows. I saw someone say this. I can't remember how long ago it was. It was like 5 years ago, like 5 or 4 years ago or something mental like that. But anyway, it's perfect. It shows the change in fashion trends. So obviously, you probably know what the photo I'm talking about. They're all there in the skinny jeans and stuff. Alexander McQueen's, trainer socks on as well. They're all stood there. Now there's a new photo of them where they took in this photo, it shows the perfect fashion trend that England has changed to. Baggier trousers, cargos, hoodies. It's perfect. What a photo. It's so funny seeing the change. And it's the fact they've changed as well, but you can still see some of the features, what icons they were. I remember on social media when that photo got posted, it was the only thing popping up on my feed. And it was, let's be honest, it was brilliant, wasn't it? It was brilliant. But they're back. The 4 lads are back. About 5 years later, and they've all changed their clothing now. They're not wearing any spray-on trousers, knee skinny jeans or anything. Just proper baggy trousers, like the Madness song. But yeah, they're back. They're back. Look at the photo. I'd love to show you the photo. However, this is a podcast. This is audio-based, so you're going to have to do some work and look it up yourself. Anyway, something that I saw. This has happened this week. Coachella. Woo, Coachella. To be fair, it hasn't had that much coverage, I think. I think I did pretty well to see that, to notice that this was happening. But Coachella, of course, it's the influencer festival of the year. Everyone goes there, gets cool photos, cute photos and stuff, and just like, woo, whatever, yeah, fun, great, pay £1 million to get there. And you also have to pay £1 million when you're in there. Coachella food prices. Now, don't get me wrong, festival food prices are absolutely ludicrous in the first place. But I saw this one, and it was about $40 for some food and water. That is crazy. When I went Leeds Fest, I think the max amount you were paying, because I remember I used to batter this gyros place, outside the arena at Leeds Fest. I used to get stuck into this gyros place with my mate. Water as well. It was probably clocking in about £20. And that is a huge difference compared to Coachella. But the mistake that you make, I don't know the rules of Coachella, what you got to do is bring all your food in with you at the start. I remember I did a massive shop in my local Tesco's and got all this food, went Leeds Fest. I was ready. I was geared up. The only thing I had to buy was like genuine, like nice food, like the gyros. And don't get me wrong, it was about 15 quid for a gyros. But it was worth it. I enjoyed it. But 40 quid. 40 quid for some food and a drink. God. They haven't learnt from Woodstock, have they? Good thing people have a lot of money now and they haven't just got a bunch of crackhead teenagers cutting about festivals. But I tell you what, there are some crackhead humans running around. Stag do's, things of beauty. There's nothing better getting on a train on a Saturday and seeing a stag do in the same carriage with you. Ooh, bit of a voice break there. Sam going through his puberty. I mean, I'm quite developed, but anyway, let's talk of that. Let's keep it appropriate. Yeah, stag do on a train. It's mint. You're there in the carriage. They're all having a laugh. They're all getting the beers down them at like 10 o'clock in the morning. In Leeds city centre, football player called Kurt Zouma. If you don't know what he's known for, he's known for booting a cat. Well, known for being a footballer, but he also did boot a cat in a video. And this group of lads, full West Ham kit, Zuma 4 on the back, and I think the stag was dressed as a cat. There's this brilliant video of them chasing the guy through the street as well, like the cat through the street. It's fantastic. And someone saw them outside like a cat charity as well. They were like banging on the window and stuff, like in these full kit Kurt Zouma things. That would send me under if I saw that. About 10 grown men in full West Ham costumes with Zuma on the back banging on a cat charity window. Oh, nothing gets better than that. Nothing gets better. It's fantastic. Can't wait to have a stag do. It's gonna be mint. I wonder, should I copy the same thing when I do mine? Everyone dresses up a Kurt Zouma and goes and bangs on charity for cat windows. That'd be pretty fun, wouldn't it? One guy, there's this guy. He came up on my Instagram. I watched a YouTube video about him like a year ago. He was pretty popular on YouTube like quite a while ago. But a lad called Dax Flame. This guy probably deserves his own segment. We might talk about him next week. Dax Flame. Oh my God. Search him up on Instagram. Search him up on TikTok. It is so hard to see if he's a character or not. Because the problem is he's an actor. He's been in both Project X and 21 Jump Street. He was in it for a second in 22 as well. But it is funny. It is funny. He just does these things. Like, you know, when people try to be nice and stuff and they're like, oh, here's $5 here to make your day. There you go. He just like does it so awkwardly. But the mind-boggling thing about it, this is why I need to go deeper into it and give him a segment on the show, is he a character or is he not? I'll let you be the judge of that. Go watch an Instagram video, go watch a TikTok video of him and try and find out if he's a character. Because the problem is it could be real. However, I just think because he's an actor, he must be able to put that on pretty well. Like, he hasn't been in a film for a while, to be fair, but it's really weird, like, why you'd put yourself on the camera. I don't know. You be the judge of that yourself. We're probably going to talk about it next week. Ooh, little teasers. The show hasn't even... Whilst I'm recording this, the show hasn't even dropped, and we're giving out teasers. Woo. Anyway, another thing that's just social media thing. This could probably have a whole segment. It's brain rot. And you probably sat there laughing, go like, oh my God, Sam, why are you talking about this? What lows have you come to? But as I was scrolling before the show on Twitter, I just saw this thing and it was like, God, I'm getting old. What even is this? Formula One posted a video of Daniel Ricciardo. Someone commented, on Skibbity, he goated. Just sounds awful, doesn't it? You're probably absolutely creasing listening to me even say that sentence. Formula One responded back. He on that gap. What am I doing? Oh my God, what am I doing? Why am I reading this out? Oh my God. He on that gap Phantom Tax Skibbity Toilet type Riz. Oh man. Oh my God, that is that sentence that I just said is going to be published for anyone to listen to. Oh my goodness! Look, that just sums it up himself. I don't. What does that even mean? Why is it even a thing? Brain rot, man. Crazy. It's a crazy world we live in. But that's the top 5 moments of the week, ladies and gentlemen. It's a crazy world we live in. It's a crazy world we live in. We got Sam on the Sam Show saying that. Jesus, I wept. Anyway, let's be a little bit brighter. It's the end of the show. Episode 11, done, dusted. Another week of the Sam Show has been completed. Guys, as per, hope you have loved it. It's been brilliant. I've enjoyed this episode. I've done it. It's a good laugh. Half an hour of me waffling on. Fair play if you made it to the end. What can I say? But thanks for joining us. Hope you have a good rest of your day for listening to this in the morning. Hope you have a good evening if you listen to it at the night. Just whatever day possible. If you're down listening on Friday, have a good weekend. Guys, just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy yourself. Anyway, make sure you're following us on social media, TikTok and Instagram, _Sam_show4. It's the exact same on both, so it's easy to find. It's so easy to find. And then on TikTok, it's the Sam Show 4, all one word. Guys, another banging episode. Come back for episode 12 next week. I'll see you in a bit, everyone.